Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Hairy Bash tournament game, and we're in the second semi-final with the second set of participants for this semi-final. So down the bottom left side, it is going to be BlysK, who's currently looks like he's going to be Forge Fast Expanding, which is pretty awesome. And yes, up the top right side of the map, it is going to be PiG, who is going for a hatch into pool build, which looks pretty awesome. So yeah, both players, man, that had an absolutely epic. Oh, it's not Forge Fast Expanding. It looks like he's cannon rushing here. Oh man, he has got to be upset about the previous game, because the previous game was absolutely intense, man. So intense. It was just like just Ling pressure. It was Ling Infesta, I believe, and then it went from Ling Infesta into Zerg Air. We had the Broodlords, we had the Corruptors. BlysK pulled out the Tempest. They started owning everything, and eventually PiG just went straight into, what did he go into? He went into Mutas, and they had a massive base race to try and make it work, and eventually PiG did win that with his Mutas. He just had so many Mutas. Macro is intense, man. He'd saved up so much that he built 50 Mutalisks at once. Just that many bases, that much minerals and gas, he built 50 Mutas simultaneously. It is absolutely insane, but looks like PiG, with his natural denied there by the cannon, decides he's still going to go for 3 bases though, over there, and BlysK is just happily going for his natural base over there. So we started off pretty standard, other than the annoying little cannon over here, which BlysK is probably going to deal with once he gets a roach or something like that. If he gets a few roaches, he'll just go in and take it out, because that's going to be messy to take out with Lings, the position that it's in. But for now, still doing pretty good, and he was going to take 4 bases anyway, so why not? Why not indeed? Anyway, just moving on, having a bit of a scout, nothing really much happening. Cybercore coming down from BlysK. How much gas does he have? He does have both of these going, so that's probably going to be a Stargate coming out very soon. The Ling getting hit once and then jumping back, so definitely not going to be able to do any scouting here. Another pylon, and this is very, very solid right here. So a force field there, and no amount of Lings is going to break through that really, really thick barrier right there. Unless they get like roaches taking out the forge or something like that, then there's a clear path, but you can always block it up with a pylon or something behind that. So should be all good for now. Bunch of queens coming out for PiG, bunch of drones coming out as well, and no real sign of any sort of tech that he's going for. We got a double gas. That doesn't necessarily mean mutas at this point. It just means, dude, this guy needs gas, because he hasn't got any at the moment. But yes, I really, really do not know. No higher tech coming out for BlysK yet. He's probably just saving up the gas for a Stargate, would be my guess. Yeah, that's probably what I would suspect at this point. Oh, he's just building a sentry, actually. I don't know, I think I'm analysing it too deeply at this point. I really don't know what they're going for, but I'd be surprised if BlysK didn't go for a Stargate at some point, man, because he's been doing so many good things. Or maybe that was Sage I was thinking of, that did good things with Stargates, but well, I mean, BlysK put out the Tempest, man, and they were awesome, so he's definitely done good things with Stargates. But for now, it looks like he's going to be going for a 5, he's going to be getting out 5 gateways, at the least, going for double gas, so it definitely looks like it's going to be a nice, beefy ground army for BlysK in this game. Just going to be maybe just a solid attack force going out against PiG. And I mean, PiG is well equipped for that, because he does have a Roach Warren coming out. He can get out a ton of roaches, and they're going to do very, very well against a solid ground army. BlysK will need to get a robotics facility, get out either Immortals or, yeah, something like Immortals, Colossus, maybe even Archons as well, to really deal with the roaches. And other than that, I mean, stuff like Blink Stalkers, you need a ton of them to really, really deal with a mass amount of roaches. So we'll see, but I think PiG is fine at the moment, and I think he should be able to deal with this force without too many worries. He does have this base quite exposed. That's the only thing though. He really would prefer not to have his third base quite this exposed, but he's really got no choice about that at the moment. He still hasn't taken this cannon out. I assume that's going to be one of the first jobs for the roaches, after they scare away this force, of course. And the roach numbers coming down here, as well as a queen plopping down a spine crawler. This queen is probably going to go down. The roach is trying to make something happen, with the force field splitting them up quite nicely. And they decide to just sort of fall back, take out the stalker. They're going to try and pull the zealots away from the hatchery as best as they can. The queen actually taking out the mothership core. Great job there. Roach is really starting to knock stuff apart here. And the queen just died there, so that's not good. Losing queen's never good, but the roach numbers have basically saved the day for Pig right there. And this pylon going to go down. I don't know if he's going to scout out the other pylon, but he may very well do that. So beautiful stuff so far, with a very, very large amount of roaches. Getting out a large amount of lings as well. He's got ling speed. So roach ling could be something to do today. Here we go. The queen getting quite harassed here. I don't know if he can save it. The little drones going out as well. A spore coming down, but that's not going to help versus the zealots. And here we go. It's finally going to take out the zealots. I think they must have just snuck past. No, they actually warped in off this pylon. This is why you don't leave it just lying there for ages and ages, because you can use it to warp in units later on. And zealots going again at the queen, man. BlysK is just war on all fronts at the moment. I'm surprised he hasn't attacked this base, but every other base has been attacked so far. And he's just doing a great job of multitasking and just being a general nuisance. And now the Dark Shrine is coming down, and that is going to be bad news for Pig, because he's still doing an exceptional job, but he hasn't really pulled away in terms of the macro. He hasn't gone absolutely nuts yet, but I think he's starting to. I think he's starting to get there, starting to get really, really big. Spire is coming down, so that may be some more muter pressure. Oh, DT's coming down, but the Overseer is over the top of them. How much bad luck could you have, BlysK, right there? I mean, the DT was spotted. There's a Spore Crawler over there with a Queen, but I think one-on-one, DT might be able to kill a Queen, so I'm really not sure how that's going to work. Another DT coming down here, so he's obviously going to attack both bases at the same time, as well as he can. Something over here as well, probably a Ling that got taken out, but let's keep an eye on these DTs. There's such tiny dots. Here we go. This one's moving in here. This one's moving in here. Both going nuts. Both of them have a Spore Crawler. So, yeah, that one's got 2, 3, 4. Pig not paying attention right here. He should be able to see that. Worker's actually attacking it. The Worker's attacking this one as well, and they both go down. 2 Workers. So that's the ultimate embarrassment. A DT getting taken out by Workers. But we have seen it at 2 separate bases right there. And really, really great job for Pig. And now his roach forces are at the edge of BlysK space. The mothership core going to work, but yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to do all that much. The roach is deciding that going up this ramp is too crazy, so decides to go for the Nexus instead. I think they should be able to take this Nexus out, doing a ton of damage to it. There we go. It gets taken out, slowing down as well. The force fields, beautiful stuff, and a lot of roaches are going to die right there. So Pig taking a victory by killing the Nexus, but he lost a lot of roaches doing it, and I don't think that was a favourable exchange at all. Maybe if you count the Nexus, that was favourable, but as far as units lost, man, Pig lost quite a lot of units, didn't get a lot in return, so he can't be all that happy about that. And it was a great play by BlysK. Time Warp followed up by some force fields to keep those roaches from getting out of range and to keep them from running away. So we will see though. BlysK knows all about the roaches now, if he didn't before, and we are going to be seeing some Immortals getting popped out here. The Overlord also just splitting creep all over the place, just in case BlysK wanted that 4th base. We've got a bunch of mutants coming around the south side. No protection over here. This base is wide open. No, so there's probably going to lose a fair amount of workers there. Thought about building a couple of cannons there. Great timing if it was a minute before. But it's not a minute before, it's right now, and the muters going nuts on the workers. And quite a lot of workers are probably going to die here. So we got 9, 10... Oh, look at this, man. How did Pig already lose 32 workers? That's nuts, but I guess he did. And here we go. The muters going nuts. Attacking the Nexus, which is okay because the splash damage will still kill workers, but I don't know if they can actually take it out. Maybe they can. They're doing a ton of damage here, but in the end, deciding to run off. And meanwhile, while the mutants are going nuts here, the Stalkers are going nuts here. What army Does Pig have to deal with this? I'm not sure he really has any. He put so many resources into those mutas that he's got basically nothing left. Ling's coming out, and Ling's will be a great force to take these guys out, but will it be enough? I do not know. The Stalkers are holding strong there. They're not retreating. They're making this base their new home, and they're taking out everything. Ling's coming around and doing a little bit of damage, but this force may be too big to deal with the Lings. And the Muta's finally retreating out of that base after taking out a ton of workers. Pig now has 80 over 41. Unfortunately, he's only on 3 hatcheries, who definitely needs another hatchery. And look at all these workers, man, just out in the Twilight Zone. And you gotta hope that BlysK does not find out about those guys. But here we go, Mothership Core going down, Pylons going down, a whole lot of craziness going on, and the Mutas are continuing to do an excellent job, not really killing anything that valuable, but I mean, they really haven't got anything else in their sight. So taking out a few Pylons, not a bad job, just missed out taking that Pylon, but still a great decision to get out of there. Bunch of Lings coming out as well. Pig not going for a ton of Mutas, even though he does have the gas. And yeah, I'm not surprised about that, because mass Blink Stalkers, I mean, Mutas are not the best option, but you know, going for a ton of drones, going for bases all over the place. 1, 2, and 3. And this one, if this one stays secret for a long time, Pig is going to be able to last a lot longer in this game than BlysK is going to be expecting him to, because they're beautiful stuff. Finally getting some roaches out, and he's got the Muta force as well, but the Mutas are not really in a position to take on the Stalkers yet. Ling's coming in though. There's only a single cannon and no reinforcements in sight, so this base definitely in a lot of trouble. The workers are going to get hit, and BlysK doesn't have that many workers to begin with anyway. He's down to 50. He's been building up quite fast, and the Ling's getting stopped here by a DT and a Stalker, so that's pretty good. Oh, this base getting attacked by a DT, that's not good. Nexus finally going down, and the main army is coming on in. Does Pig have enough to deal with it this time? Well, I'm still not sure, because the problem is Mutas versus Stalkers, not all that great of a decision. He does have a bunch of Roaches and Lings, and the Lings and Roaches coming in here. Force Field's trying to keep them out, but Ling's still getting through, and the Ling's still doing a very nice job. The Roaches also doing a great job, but the Immortal doing a fantastic job of taking out the Roaches, although so much Muta damage on the Immortal right now, and they're actually ignoring the Immortal in favour of going after the Stalkers, and this may be the beginning of the end for BlysK. If he starts losing a Stalker army versus Mutas, there is no way he can get back from that, because Pig is just too strong right now. He's 75 over 45, and if Stalkers can't fight against the Mutas, then I do not know what can, because I don't think BlysK is in a position to get any sort of Archon play. He's got a Dark Shrine, but it's just going to cost him way too much to get the amount of Archons that he needs to deal with a Muta force this big. So there he goes, Muta's going in, and this is going to be the beginning of the end right here. I don't think BlysK can hold on right here. I don't think he's got enough. Even the Nexus Overcharge at this point, I don't think it would do enough to keep these Mutas out of here, and I think this is it. I think BlysK is going to have to GG and move on to the 3rd place match against Sage, and I think Pig has bought himself a place in the grand final against Betrayus. We're just waiting for the GG to come in right now. Pig is just busying himself destroying this base, and I don't think anything at all is going to stop him right there. There goes the Cyber Core, so that's obviously not a building that you want to be losing. And bunch of Stalkers coming out. Are the Mutas going to take him out? There we go. BlysK has got to be BlysK's last hope right here. The Stalkers have got to be his last hope, and now they are all going to go down, trying to get some extra damage by leading them into the cannons, but it's not nearly enough. There's just too many Mutalisks on the field. How many is there? That's like a full page and a bit. 32 Mutas, man. There's nothing left for BlysK, and where's the GG, man? Come on, some DTs coming out. DTs cannot hit Mutas. Is he GG'd already? Did we miss it? I'm really not sure, but he's sticking it out, man. He is sticking it out. I do not believe that he's just doing this to be annoying or anything like that. He's just, I really don't know, actually. Maybe he's gone AFK from his computer. It's interesting, man. Maybe he just, like, I don't know, maybe he just got mad at losing the game and he, like, hit his computer too hard and now he's disconnected and Pig is not playing against anybody. I really can't say, but here goes the last couple of buildings, and this is going to be it. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. And yeah, it looks like BlysK did AFK or something like that there. But where is the last building? It's over here. Oh, BlysK, you annoying person. Man. Oh, DT coming in, trying to kill some stuff, but the DT goes down. He's still got DTs everywhere, man. There's one there. Here we go. There's the GG, or the G anyway. So I'm not sure what G stands for. I think it just stands for game. So BlysK maybe not happy about that game. Well, obviously not, because he lost, but yeah, taking the loss, and he will move on to the third place matchup against Sage, and it will be a PvP in the third place matchup, and PiG will move to the grand finals against Betrayus. The two best Zerg players we've seen so far will be facing off in a best of 5 series for the grand final. And I forgot to mention it, but I'll probably mention it at some point, but the prize pool includes Oceanic Starcraft points. So there's a big sort of tournament series for the Oceanic sort of area where people earn points from participating in tournaments. And at the end of the year, if you got a lot of points, you get invited to the Masters level tournament, like the big end of year tournament, and you get all sorts of prize money and stuff. And as well as getting points for that, there's also straight up prize money for this tournament. So there's $100 for first, 50 for second, and 25 for third. And yes, so PiG and Betrayus are going to be fighting for the big stuff, and third place fighting for the consolation prize of $25. And we will see exactly who comes out tomorrow. We will be casting the first place matchup first, the grand final first, and then we'll be following that up with the third place matchup after that. So stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.